Hi, I'm Lisa from Horsham.tv and here's what's coming up next. Now, lockdown has been particularly difficult for the last year for a lot of people as far as employment is concerned. Now, I know that we're very lucky in as much as we have this lovely job that we get to do, but unfortunately, Connie, you don't have much more going on at the moment, do you?
No, I don't.
So you might be interested in the scheme that's running in the district soon
Yeah.
as well. So tell us a little bit about your situation.
So I was employed at the theatre, and as of April last year, they obviously couldn't run the shows anymore, and I ended up being put on furlough. And then I think it was around September I was taken off furlough, which sort of motivated me to look for more work, so that not only I had some sort of income, but I would also have something when things did finally reopen. And they did end up putting us back on furlough, but it's, you know, it's 80% of what you were earning, and that's just actually not a lot.
No, and I was going to say as well that Connie's story isn't an isolated one. Obviously, the arts and entertainment industry has been massively affected, as I know many others have been as well. But like you say, theatres closed last April. We've pretty much not seen anything since, have we?
No.
So it is hard. It's hard to get, and I'm guessing you're having to be out there and being competitive against quite a few other people as well.
I mean, that's the thing. So I know people who work in the job centre, or like they work in recruitment, and I've had people say the likelihood that someone will even look at your CV at the moment is so slim, because there's so many people trying to get work that, you know, you're pretty much competing with like every young person who's just come out of university, or, you know, people who have lost their jobs due to coronavirus. So yeah, it's really difficult.
It is really difficult, which is why, so there's a new scheme in the district. It's not a new scheme actually, it's a scheme that's been running for a while, but there is a pop-up shop which you're going to go along to, aren't you, and find out a little bit more. It's the Journey to Work scheme, which should give you lots of advice and help you out. And we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get too successful that you're not here to do Horsham TV.
No, of course not.
Okay, right, we'll throw it over to you and Lee then.
Hello, I'm here today at Swan Walk in Horsham, and I'm here to talk to Lee and Claire from Horsham District Council about their new initiative helping unemployed people find work. Tell us what's happening with Horsham District Council. How are they helping people at the moment who are currently unemployed or haven't had an opportunity to work in a while?
Hi Connie. Yeah, I mean, at Horsham District Council, Claire and I work for the economic development team, so we're focusing on businesses and people who obviously lost their jobs through the pandemic. People have been affected in many different ways, but our focus is really on getting people into work. So over a number of years, in fact since 2012, we've run the Journey to Work programme, which has helped hundreds of people get back into work. And recently, obviously over the last year, with the pandemic hitting, we've had to up our game. So with a little bit of funding from the Department of Work and Pensions, we've put in place 2 new projects. The first one is called Into Work, and that's for 25-year-olds and upwards. And it's basically focusing on a rapid response support to people who've lost their job through the pandemic. My colleague Ali Preston is already working with people on that front, and she can be contacted through our website, and I'll give you more details about that later. But also we're going to be running a new project for young people, 18 to 24-year-olds, called Why Wish, and operating from a youth hub. Claire is my new Why Wish support officer, and she'll be working out of our youth hub, which is this space here in Swan Walk. Claire, do you want to just say about what you're going to do with young people when they come along?
Yeah. So my focus is to work with 18 to 24-year-olds, and the kind of support that we can provide could be anything from helping them to get a CV together, reviewing a CV that they already have, looking at opportunities for work or training, or it could be help with a cover letter or some interview preparation. So really anything at all to do with employment, or it could be apprenticeship or kickstart opportunity. So yeah, anything to do with supporting young people into work.
So how's it going to work with people coming into the hub? What happens with that? Do they just come in and ask people for help?
Well, obviously we're going through the route map that Boris has laid out, and currently we can't operate from the youth hub, but we're expecting from April the 12th, hopefully, all being well, that the local retailers in Swan Walk will open and we'll open at the same time. That's obviously, we'll play that by ear, but potentially the 12th of April we'll open, but that may well be just by appointment. I think by the end of the spring, going into the early part of the summer, we'll be able to operate as a hub and a drop-in for young people just to come along. And not necessarily young people, their parents or grandparents might just want to have a quick word because you know, they want to help their grandchild or their son or daughter. So yeah, I mean, the way it will work is that once it's a drop-in, they'll come along and see Claire, and also Kira, who will also be here to help young people and get whatever advice they need. And it may well just be a pointing in the right direction, or a full intensive support to get them into work. I think currently we're going to be operating virtually. So Claire is taking calls already. She is speaking to people and supporting young people already. So we will operate in the short term remotely, but in the next few weeks and months we will be operating out of here as a physical hub.
So Claire, what if someone's feeling a bit nervous about approaching this situation? How would you help with that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it would be completely understandable if someone was a bit nervous. But we don't expect anyone to have done any preparation before they arrive. They don't need to have a CV, you don't need to have decided what direction you're going in. So I would say just come and have a chat. It's very informal. We're really keen to meet with people and just help them find a way forward, which could be getting a CV together, or it could be working out what they want to do. So an initial exploratory conversation is what we expect people to want initially. So yeah, I'd say just give it a go.
Right. And how can people seeking help at the moment contact you, Claire?
So either through email or telephone number, which is on the Horsham District Council website.
Fabulous. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I would just add to that the funding from this comes from the DWP, Department of Work and Pensions. So we're working closely with Job Centre. So some of our customers here and also in the Interwork project will be referred by Job Centre Plus. And if you're on those benefits, employment benefits, then speak to your work coach at Horsham Job Centre. If you're not on benefits, you can still access these programmes, and also our sister project, which is called Wish Clubs, Work Information Support Hubs. All the information for that is on the Horsham District Council web pages. They're under the Jobs and Careers section, and you just need to go into the Getting Help to Find Work tab. And all the information will be there to contact us.
Thanks to Lee and Claire for speaking to me about the new project, and if you are unemployed and looking for work at the moment, please just come on down. There's no need to be nervous. They're really kind and informative, and they're just there to support you, so please get in touch.
So if you have been affected work-wise by the lockdown, then hopefully the Journey to Work scheme might be able to help you. For businesses that have only been around for less than a year, as of the end of September last year, it might be of interest to you to find out more about the LEAP funding, which is now available. We spoke to Zoe at Elegant Feast, who's had the opportunity to take advantage of a LEAP grant.
Hello, I'm here today at Rushville Garden Centre, and I'm here to talk to Zoe about her new business, the Elegant Feasts. Zoe, please could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
Yeah, sure. The Elegant Feast currently delivers frozen ready meals to the local community. I started my catering food supply journey 3 years ago when I trained at Leith's Cookery School in London, did a professional course. I toyed with catering over the last 3 years, and then when I was made redundant from my main job last May, I decided that now would be the time to go for it. And as I was already delivering meals to my friends and family that weren't able to get out and enjoy browsing supermarkets and things to choose nice food, the Elegant Feast kind of came from there.
And how can people go about purchasing your meals?
They can find me online at www.theelegantfeast.co.uk, or on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram. I'm also
And could you tell me a little bit about any help you received with grants from the council or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I was lucky enough to receive a LEAP grant from Horsham District Council. This has helped me develop the business quite significantly, quite quickly. When you're preparing frozen food, you have to consider how it's going to be stored, and you have to have facilities to do that. My food's prepared fresh, and then it's frozen quickly, so I needed to have sufficient frozen space to accommodate that. The LEAP grant helped me purchase that, and then also I think it helped validate my idea. I was keen to do it, and I liked the idea of doing what I was doing, but having an organisation such as Horsham District Council say to you, yeah, I think that's a good idea, I think we can put some money behind that, really helped me and spurred me on.
Oh, thank you very much, Zoe.
Thank you.
Thanks to Zoe for talking to me today. She's actually kindly given me one of her meals to try, so maybe I'll be back with a review.
So it's Mother's Day this weekend, and if you're looking for some ideas, I have done some hard work for you by looking on Virtual Horsham. Why don't you take a look at what I have found?
Oh dear, have you left planning for Mother's Day to the last minute? Well, don't worry, we've got your back. Just go to visithorsham.co.uk, scroll down and hit the Mother's Day section, and they have done the hard work for you. They've brought together all of the different businesses with fantastic offers and gifts for you, from flowers to booze to jewellery and even some lovely fudge. So really, it's as easy as this. Click on the one that you want, have a look at what they've got, and you're done. Happy Mother's Day.
So I hope that's given you plenty of food for thought. If you are job hunting, do let us know how you're getting on, and we'll see you next week.